right. I meant to think of an opening joke.
I thought you were gonna just like sing the whole Venom rap.
I cannot rap for shit.
I didn't say it was gonna be good.
Why don't you do the Venom rap then?
Yeah, that would be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
Well, whatever. What are we doing?
I guess that.
Welcome to the Out of Touch podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about Venom, the motion picture. I'm Chris, and that's Bill. And Bill, what do you think of the Venom movie that has nothing to do with Spider-Man? And it's not weird that he doesn't have the Spider-Man symbol on him, and he just has creepy white veins all over his body because he's a gross alien creature.
I'm glad you don't think it's weird, because that's what Sony was banking on.
Yep. Anyway.
I mean, out of all the characters related to Spider-Man that they own, Venom at least is the only one that I could see carrying a movie.
Yeah, Venom is cool. Symbiotes are cool.
He's got a cool design.
Yeah. He's a weird monster, man. I guess this Venom movie, if you haven't seen it, is kind of drastically different than the comic book version.
It just completely exorcises Spider-Man from the proceedings.
Yeah. Plus, he talks to the Venom symbiote.
Yeah, that's very different.
Yeah. Kind of a good choice, though, for the movie.
I mean, that's, I think, what kind of made it a crowd pleaser, because people enjoyed the movie when it came out, and a lot of it had to do with once that symbiote got slapped on Eddie Brock, it was just kind of goofy banter between him and the voice in his head.
Hilarity ensued.
Pretty much. Like, that movie could have gone in a completely more straightforward body horror nightmare direction, which could have went either way.
Yeah.
But they went for the direction of, like, let's make the movie fun, because people might want to enjoy and have fun. People might want to have fun at the movies.
Yeah.
And considering how sometimes Sony's output tends to be less than amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say because I think lately they've been putting out some pretty decent movies.
Yeah, but bring it back to when this movie came out.
It's true.
Like, prior to that, they were just stinking up the joint. They literally went hat in hand to, please, Marvel, make Spider-Man for us. We forgot how.
It's true. After great hits like Pixels and
Ghostbusters 2016.
In some ways, I hear are the same movies. I've only seen Ghostbusters 2016, unfortunately. I've never seen Pixels.
I mean, not seeing Pixels is actually quite fortunate from what I understand.
This movie is a weird anomaly.
Mostly because it was successful and people mostly enjoyed it.
Yeah, and the thing is, I do like this movie a lot, and maybe it's just because I've always liked the symbiotes. They're just, like, cool-looking villains. I mean, they've done a lot of, like, weird stuff with their mythology over the years by, like, giving their alien race, like, a name. Pretty sure they're called, like, Clintars now. Yeah, and there's, like, a symbiote god, and
What?
he has, like, a sword. Yeah, there's, like, all this, like, crazy shit recently they did with the symbiotes that are, like, nuts.
Well, glad they didn't go overboard.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because a lot of this stuff is like recent, not like in the 90s where the symbiotes were super hot. And I remember like all the, yeah, I remember all the toys like 11-headed Venom and all this crazy stuff and Maximum Carnage. And I've always just liked the look of the symbiotes. It's one of the few like Marvel Legends thing that, I was just like, I must get all of them in this wave because symbiotes.
Oh yeah, when they was releasing those Venom waves, you were like, gotta have them all, gotta get them all, gotta get them all. But then they started releasing like, hey Chris, it's Venom Captain America. You're like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
it's not from the 90s.
Yeah, who cares about that? That's dumb. I want Venom, god damn it, or at least Venom with multiple heads, damn it. That's what I'm really waiting for. Multiple head Venom.
I mean, I'm sure with Venom Let There Be Carnage coming soon that there's probably going to be another symbiote wave on the way.
Yeah, overall, I like the movie. Tom Hardy, he's a gem of an actor. He always does a good job.
Taking on his second comic book movie role. He's Venom now, but once upon a time, it was Bane.
That's true. And it's so weird that he was Bane, because he's so different in all his movies that he's kind of unrecognizable a lot of times, where it's just like, hey, is that Tom Hardy? I think that is.
It's like you gotta squint sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes he's covering his face, not just his Bane.
Yeah, I guess that's his merit of how good of an actor he is, because he really gets into it. And I don't know with this movie if they kind of were like, hey, you're the big star, we're doing a Venom movie, and then like he's like, I want to do it like this. And they're like, you know what, buddy? Just do what you want.
I mean, they let him climb in a lobster tank. That wasn't scripted, apparently, so...
That's insane.
And we saw him listed in the producer credits when we rewatched it.
Yeah.
So he definitely had some say. He's gotten enough clout. I mean, he was Mad Max for a minute.
He was Mad Max for a minute.
Yeah.
And what a minute it was.
It was a hell of a minute.
Yeah. But, yeah, you know, one thing about this movie, the Venom design is like almost perfect. And it's like weird. He's so close, but sometimes it's just like, oh man, just give him the spider symbol. It doesn't matter. I mean, this is a movie about symbiotes, and I guess it's very weird because it was like this tech mogul has enough money to go to space.
Boy, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, yeah, very much like reality. I guess the symbiotes are from like a comet.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
At least they found them on a comet.
Yeah, because they didn't go to like another planet or anything.
Well, I guess they didn't want to be like interplanetary travel is a thing in this universe. They were like hedging their bets, I guess.
Yeah.
There's like, it's kind of deepish into the solar system, maybe. They were pretty vague about that.
Yeah, it's kind of believable. You know,
yeah, to a degree.
That type of stuff will be maybe in our lifetime.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, went to space, got J. Jonah Jameson's son killed.
Yeah. Just like, kind of just like a cameo, I guess. We're just like,
A little continuity nod that maybe will get referenced in the sequel if he shows up.
Yeah.
Is this in the MCU? Sort of, not really?
It's in
Sony sure wants it to be.
It's in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man universe.
Nope. That version, Eddie Brock disintegrated.
This is a different Eddie Brock.
I guess there could be more than one Eddie Brock.
Yeah. This is Andrew Brock. That was Eddie Topher Brock.
To be fair, Topher Grace played Eddie Brock Jr.
Ah.
Tom Hardy's his dad.
That makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Or his cousin, named after the same grandfather. Or some bullshit, whatever they did with Wally West.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everybody would like that as an explanation.
No. I mean, I guess a lot of people would like to continue the Tobey Maguire universe and pretend Spider-Man 3 never happened.
Yeah.
Which may be the plot of Far From Home?
We will see.
I guess so. But since you said this Venom design is almost perfect, what are your thoughts on the previous Venom design from back in 2007?
Conflicted, because I think he looked okay when he was actually like wearing the full like whatever face helmet. I guess like face, yeah. It was fine, but then when he most of the time was like kind of like opened up and like had weird monster teeth, even though he wasn't like venomized in his face, that was kind of weird. I don't know. The weird screeching noises that version of Venom made were kind of weird too.
It was a weird take on Venom.
It was, and as far as I know, it was something Sam Raimi was like forced to do.
I mean, yeah, as far as I could tell, I mean, Venom came out in the 90s. He didn't read Spider-Man comics in the 90s. He read the older comics. And they were like, put Venom in. He's like, what the fuck is a Venom?
Yeah. I guess it was an excuse for Black Suit Spider-Man, which I guess MCU Spider-Man won't get the black symbiote suit, but he will get a black suit because he's going to get like 1 million suits.
Toys!
Yeah. But, yeah, it's weird. You know, a Venom movie with no Spider-Man works. However, it does just feel like I feel like we're in the wrong timeline.
Why? Because we have a Venom movie without Spider-Man, a Joker movie without Batman?
Yeah, kind of. It's very weird. I mean, this is definitely like Venom Lethal Protector, I guess, because San Francisco and all that jazz.
Sure.
And
They kind of allude to him liking chocolate or something.
yeah. But I don't know what else to say.
I mean, it's a pretty straightforward plot. I mean, it's just your basic superhero origin story, though they try to play it up as like he's not a superhero, but he mostly does the tropes.
Yeah, besides for him eating people.
Yeah, but he eats the heads of bad guys.
He's
half the Marvel heroes killed people anyway.
That's true.
So like, oh, he eats them? Not that much different than Captain America kicking him off a building, now is it?
Yeah.
Just some indigestion.
It is weird that this movie just goes full blown into like, hey, we have like other symbiotes too, and the symbiotes want to invade Earth.
Well, Sony was trying to do like, I guess, an audition tape for the MCU, and to do that, you have to have your hero fight someone with the exact same powers as them.
Same old story, same old song and dance, my friend.
Wow, you know what? That's a good point.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess that's true. And the main villain of this movie is Riot, who I guess is just trying to do his mission of take over the Earth by going to the Earth, looking around, and then going back to his home planet to get everybody else.
I mean, it's not like he went to Earth exactly with that plan, maybe. It's like, oh, this is where they're from? Okay, cool. I got to get back to space, get the guys down here, and let's eat.
Yeah, also, if the comet they were on had like millions of symbiotes, why didn't all the astronauts just get like possessed by the symbiotes? They have like a flimsy excuse about how like you have to be compatible with the symbiote, but then
I mean, to live long term.
yeah.
I think it's just simply the matter of I don't think the comet was where the symbiotes are from.
Okay.
Because comets aren't that big.
They're pretty big.
Are they big enough to hold millions of symbiotes?
They're small. They're like goopy.
I don't know.
You know, maybe they are the comet.
Oh no. The comet's gonna... A symbiote moon!
Symbiote comet. Man, wasn't there a thing like that in Spider-Man Unlimited?
I don't know.
I just remember that show ending with like Venom and Carnage being like, we're releasing all the symbiotes.
I know there was a storyline, I think, where like the entire island in Manhattan got symbiotes or something.
Oh, wow.
Maybe. I could be blending two different storylines together.
Yeah. Something. Everybody got venomized one year.
I mean, I've seen venomized versions of Deadpool, like Captain America, Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales.
Yeah. But it's so weird. This movie is really bizarre. I like it. It's funny. It's weird though because there's a lot of dicking around at the beginning of the movie, which isn't bad, but it's kind of almost feels a little grounded at like a point, and then like the one scientist is just like we are possessing symbiotes and implanting them into hosts, and you're like, what? Oh right, this is like a weird comic book movie. Okay.
Yeah. That was the dumbest scientist in the world, right?
She really was.
She should have never went back to work.
Yeah.
She got herself killed.
She's like, I'm going to let Eddie Brock in because he's an investigative journalist that
Will expose my boss's highly illegal and morally wrong activities to the world. And I'll just stick around the office. You know, people saw me there, there's security footage, and I'll totally be fine, even though I'm pretty sure this guy's a murderer.
Yeah.
And shocker, she died.
Yeah, this movie does have a lot of dumb decisions, like Eddie Brock looking at his girlfriend's laptop at the beginning of the movie and seeing confidential and then mentioning, because his girlfriend's a lawyer, details of the case to the evil, what do you call him, tech mogul, businessman.
Sure.
Yeah. And that guy being like, hey, wait, only a few people know about this. Oh, your wife or girlfriend that's a lawyer? Yeah, she's fired. And then,
Former fiance, actually.
yeah.
Well, that sends him on his downward spiral and eventually towards his hero's journey.
Yeah, where his hero's journey was like, that
you know-
guy was a dick the whole time, but I should have exposed him the right way.
Yes. I mean, I have to give the movie credit for subverting the girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, new boyfriend trope, where like usually in older stuff that guy would be like a complete prick and you're supposed to hate him.
Yeah.
But he's just kind of like friendly and affable.
Yeah, he's fine. In fact, he's kind of like a better choice than
I mean,
Eddie.
we see in the new trailers they're engaged. So I compare that to like older movies where it's like, oh, the new boyfriend's always like a prick. Like it's not a superhero movie, but I remember Mrs. Doubtfire, the mom is dating like Pierce Brosnan. He's kind of a prick.
Right.
But it's like, you don't really need to do that.
Yeah. It's fine. Sometimes people move on and it works out.
Yeah. And everyone can just get along fine.
Yeah. You know, there's like one thing too, like watching this movie, you know, the beginning of the movie kind of has like Tom Hardy just walking around the city being drunk and stuff, and you almost feel like it kind of flimsy, like was like, oh, he's friends with like this one homeless lady, and then he recognizes her when he goes into the evil lab. But like it almost seems like you could have had like a thing where like he was like in the city, you know, he was really down on his luck. He was maybe possibly like friends with the homeless people because he can't get a job. And then like he's like slowly seeing more people disappearing. And then that's what motivates him to be like, what's going on? And then he finds out like, oh, this evil corporation is like stealing my friends, instead of just like random scientist lady being like, I work for him and he's doing bad stuff and you tried to expose him 6 months ago.
Yeah, I mean, I think your version takes up more screen time.
Yeah,
And time is money.
that's true.
We got to get from point A to point B. We got to get this guy in a symbiote.
It just seems like it would be a better motivation than...
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it probably would be, but
Could have had some fun stuff with that, but yeah, I guess that would be a different movie. But it is weird that
I think that's the storyline in the version of this movie that doesn't turn into a buddy comedy halfway through.
that's true. It's like the serious, like gross body horror version.
That's the version of Venom that gets that subplot.
like
The version where when he becomes Venom, it's a horrifying
the
nightmare.
David Cronenberg version.
Exactly.
And I'd want to see that movie, but then immediately ask myself, why did I watch that movie?
It's like, I gotta go take a shower.
Oh my god. Be hardcore.
It does almost feel like that they may have started with one idea and then just kind of pivoted. And it is to the benefit of the film because it is fun at least.
Yeah.
It's not like Fant Four Stick where it like starts on this one specific path and then just kind of pivots and it's just mediocre and terrible.
Yeah. It just drives off the cliff. Or just drives off the highway.
Yeah.
It's like, let's
just
see
right into
where
a
we
ditch.
go. Yeah.
It's like, well, you should have took that road. That road at least is fun. It's
Yeah.
like, nope, not going down that road. Oh man, the Venom went down the fun road at least.
Yeah. I one critique of this movie that I think a lot of people have made too is the final battle is kind of hard to tell what's going on because it's like Venom is black and then like Riot's like dark gray and it's just
Dark
like what is
grayish
happening?
purple.
Yeah.
At least in the next one, Carnage is red.
Yeah.
It has lots of tentacles.
Yeah. We'll be able to see what's going on with that hopefully.
I mean, if I had one nitpick, I mean, it didn't bother me as much on this rewatch as it did in like when I saw it initially, but Tom Hardy's accent in this is a
I
little
guess
weird.
It's supposed to be like a New York accent, but
It's not. I don't know what he's doing.
he
Look.
definitely made a choice and went with it.
Yeah, someone should have been like, "What do you, hey, Tom? What's that voice? What's that accent?" It's like, it's New York. No, it's not.
It's-
Go watch an episode of The Sopranos or something with New Yorkers in it. Anything that just not that.
Is Tom Hardy one of those actors that you're just like talk normal and it's like, wait, you're British?
He might be Australian.
Oh, okay.
British. He's not American.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
Yeah.
he's definitely not American.
Because I think an American would probably be better at doing a New York accent. But, credit Tom Holland's Queen's accent that
It's pretty good.
yeah, he's solid.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield had a little bit of it more often when he was wearing the Spider-Man suit.
Yeah.
That was weird.
It was weird.
It's like he turned into a New Yorker when he put the mask on. Hey, I'm swinging here.
Yeah. It's a shame, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, because it's just if only he had better movies to be in.
Yeah, and we'll never see him in a movie again.
I mean, that's what he said.
Yeah, and I believe people when they say things, especially about highly guarded, top secret storyline things.
Are you saying everybody is a filthy liar?
Especially in Hollywood. I mean, that's their job. They get on front of a camera and they lie to us and make us think that they're superheroes.
That's true.
Believe nothing you see.
Except movies. That's all real. But, yeah.
So, any hopes for Venom 2? Let There Be Carnage?
Yeah, I guess we'll talk about Venom 2 before we see it. Yeah, I don't know what I'm expecting from this movie. I guess
Better wigs.
better wigs, for sure. Top priority, because at the end of this movie, we get a glimpse of Cletus Cassidy, and it's like, hey, great actor. What is that on his head, though?
Oh, God, it ruined the scene. I don't know what was worse, the terrible wig or the terrible last line. There's gonna be carnage.
It's like,
Do you get it?
yeah. It's like Venom fights Carnage. We know.
We say, yeah, okay.
So, going from the trailers of Venom 2, is it really called Let There Be Carnage?
Yes, it's Venom Let There Be Carnage.
Okay, Venom Let There Be Carnage. So,
Yep.
whatever. I'm like, at that point, you might as well have just been like Venom Maximum Carnage.
That would have been a better title, or just Venom versus Carnage.
Yeah, why not? Just versus. None of this V BS we had to deal with.
Only one pretentious filmmaker ever pulled that bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But looks like Carnage is just going to be a crazy serial killer. We'll see how that goes. I'm trying to think. It looks like Shriek might be in the movie.
Yeah, there's someone else, some other symbiote villain. I guess it's Shriek.
She typically is Carnage's girlfriend. It's kind of weird. Carnage is like one of those villains where he just wants to kill people.
That's fine.
Like in Maximum Carnage, they just kill a bunch of people and then hang out afterwards.
It's like
a bunch of dead bodies around because they're psychos.
That's fine. I don't need complex plots from villains all the time.
Yeah.
Like the Joker in The Dark Knight. What was his plan?
Yeah.
He was just fucking with people the entire time. It was great.
Yeah.
If Carnage just goes around murdering people and Venom's got to fight him, I'm fine with that.
I am very curious on how exactly Cletus is going to get his symbiote, because it almost seems like he bites Eddie Brock and it's like, you don't have blood, and I'm like, is that how he gets his symbiote?
I think he just gets infected with the blood, and then they execute him, and then that sort of awakens the newborn symbiote. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I guess that works, like spores, whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. He got infected, and the infection grew, and he became a Carnage.
I wonder if they'll play it for laps where Venom realizes, that's my baby.
Oh God.
It'd be really funny. Venom's just please, son. All this weird stuff, and
Oh no.
Eddie Brock's stop saying stuff like that.
And then,
But he's our child.
Cletus is just like, Daddy.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, no, why? I'm sure there'll be a post-credit scene. Do you think they'll tie into your most anticipated movie of next year, Morbius?
God, I hope not.
Sony really wants to make their universe a thing.
Yeah.
They got this. They got Venom 2. They got a Morbius movie that's in the can, starring everybody's favorite Joker. Just kidding, Jared Leto. And of course, they're trying to make a Kraven the Hunter movie with the dude that played Kick-Ass.
Yeah. Which I'm like, why?
I don't know. That out of all the characters, no, Craven should just be a villain in a Spider-Man movie.
Also, are they gonna just like show Craven like poaching animals
Yes.
and like he's gonna like kill like a lion and somebody's gonna be like, that's endangered, you know? And he's just like, I make vests.
He's gonna be this reprehensible killer of animals who we have to then relate to and root for.
Yeah.
How the fuck is that gonna work?
I hope he's like as cartoonish as like the evil poacher in The Simpsons. For like everything, it's just made out of animals.
He's got like some elephant slippers and
Yeah.
a baby seal pillow.
I forgot what the heck he's eating, but it's like something like endangered too.
I'm sure. Oh man.
I mean, Craven the Hunter. It's one of these things where it's just like, hey, quick question. What is Spider-Man gonna fight? Gonna like make solo movies for all his villains, and then it's just like, what about Spider-Man?
He's gonna fight Green Goblin again.
I guess.
And Doc Ock.
Or they'll make a Green Goblin movie.
Yeah.
And then they'll make a Scorpion movie.
And a Black Cat movie.
I mean, I feel like that's one that maybe could work as a solo movie.
Silver Sable movie. We'll get a Sandman movie. We'll get a Chameleon movie. We'll get an Aunt May movie.
Yeah.
They'll be like, Black Widow really, people liked it. Make a Spy Aunt May movie again. God, I can't believe they almost did that. I can't believe they actually considered it. I can't believe that room. I thought that was a fake. I thought that was a lie. And apparently it's real.
Yeah, if we're going by what was going to be, so there was going to be Amazing Spider-Man 3, and then there was going to be...
But before that, there was supposed to be the Sinister Six movie.
Yeah, but it was going to be like the Sinister Six, but then like the finale of the movie is Spider-Man stopping them or something crazy like that from their perspective. That's what I read.
I mean, that kind of would have been cool.
Yeah. I was like, okay, that's interesting. But then, yeah, and then I guess there was Amazing Spider-Man 3.
And I mean, I remember reading some of those emails. Like they had, like one person pitched a much more actually well thought out plan that involved things like Spider-Man 2099 and stuff, and like how they would all cross over eventually.
Interesting.
So somebody put in some thought, but unfortunately, the people in charge did not.
Yeah. So I guess we'll look forward to Venom 2 and see what's going on, and then Venom 3, which will be
What color symbiote is he going to fight in that one?
I don't know. I what's left?
I don't know. You know more about the symbiotes than me.
Yeah, and I'm just like a bunch of them, like 3 of them or 2 of them die in this one. The yellow one dies. That's usually the girl one.
It could just be another one.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, who knows? Maybe they'll fight the symbiote god with the sword.
Oh, there you go. Or, now this could be a game changer. Earth shattering. They could fight Spider-Man.
That would be pretty insane.
Venom fighting Spider-Man in a movie. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Do you think, since we're just gonna go off on this like huge tangent about like Spider-Man and Spider-Man related media.
Sure, why not?
So Spider-Man No Way Home is coming out at the end of this year.
Sure.
There is a possibility that Sony will not re-up their deal with Marvel.
Most likely.
What if this movie, since apparently, well, not apparently, it has to do with the multiverse.
Yep.
And the way they save the day is something happens where Spider-Man is permanently removed from the MCU in order to save all reality.
People have speculated that. Here's the flaw in that plan.
Okay.
There's still one more contractually obligated MCU appearance for Spider-Man.
I guess that's true, but can you just say it's before that happened?
Yeah, but why would they?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Because it's supposed to be in a Marvel-produced movie, not a Sony produced MCU movie.
Do we know what movie it is
No.
in? Because, like, I know everybody's like, it's in Doctor Strange.
I mean, it would make sense, but I feel like maybe that would have come out by now.
Yeah.
But who knows? But yeah, they re-upped for 2 movies. The Spider-Man No Way Home and an unannounced regular non-Spider-Man MCU movie. Like how he appeared in Civil War and the Avengers and all that shit.
Interesting.
So I'm going to just go on a limb and say he's going to show up in...
Let's spin the wheel. Blade. Okay.
Ooh, actually, I like that. I was going to try to think of something stupid, but that actually sounds kind of cool.
It's like, wait, vampires are real?
I need a new mentor. Can you be my mentor, Mr. Blade?
Yeah. I mean, everybody wants to see Spider-Man with a black trench coat and a sword, right?
Sure, why not?
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Though, I mean, I'd rather see Spider-Man team up with Deadpool or Wolverine. Or both.
Or Daredevil.
Well, yeah, that too. But I feel like that's more likely to happen in a Spider-Man movie than a Daredevil movie.
Yeah. It's true.
But, I don't know. Spider-Man for Deadpool 3 confirmed. I don't know. Well, what's your guess?
I have no idea, man. I can't even remember what other MCU movies they're making.
Black Panther 2. The Marvels, formerly Captain Marvel 2.
Okay.
We had mentioned Doctor Strange, Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania.
Right, and then Thor number 4.
Fantastic Four.
Maybe he'll be in Fantastic Four, but I feel like that's like too far away.
Yeah. I think that's it on the movie side, at least of the stuff they've actually announced the titles for.
Maybe he'll be in Ant-Man.
Maybe. Or maybe we just don't know what movie it is yet because it hasn't been announced.
It's true.
He's in Captain America 4. He's in Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
There we go.
He's in space again.
You're just gonna record every movie for Marvel. He's in this movie. He's in this movie, and then years later, it's like I was right.
He's in Thor 5. He's in Ant-Man 6. He's in Power Pack.
Oh man, Alpha Flight. That's what they're introducing Wolverine in.
He's in X-Men.
Oh man.
He's in Spider-Man 5 because we bought Sony, so now we just make the Spider-Man movies.
We skipped Spider-Man 4.
I know. Sony produced that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess we'll see. We don't know for sure until we actually see Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
And then that's it. But we watched Venom. We're watching Venom 2. Let There Be Carnage. Next week. Hopefully it's good.
Let there be popcorn.
Yeah. Bye. I don't know.
You call that a farewell?
Alright.
Have a nice night.
Alright.
What are you still doing here? Look, Chris doesn't know this, but I break into his apartment at night, I move shit around, I steal stuff. This is between us, okay? I don't know what this is, but I'm taking it.